Hello everybody, the Destroyer here, and welcome back to another cast of the Battlefield 2 patch 1.08. This is a 1v1 on Fords of Isen II, which is of course the typical 1v1 map for every patch in existence, but we have a clan war game today with the players ShadoW as Mordor in the top left, and his opponents JeLLyBean as Men of the West in the bottom right. Sending his other builder up here, building a very northern barracks. Interesting. God, my Battlefield looks so much nicer than my Rise of the Witch King does. The shader quality makes a huge difference. Of course, if I haven't mentioned it before, I turn my shader down in Rise of the Witch King just to get the fog to go away. For some reason, it's there in Rise of the Witch King, but not in Battlefield, which is annoying. Anyway, enough rambling about that. ShadoW is throwing down 2 orc pits. Orcs in patch 1.06, or 1.08 rather, are very cheap, as you'll see in a second if you haven't seen before. A lot of you watch my Rise of the Witch King stuff, because you may not know. Orc warriors are 50 with 30 command point limit, or 30 command point as they take. So you can queue up a lot of those. Orc spam is definitely a thing here. I do like the addition of all the birds flying by, it's kind of cool. I will say. There are things I like about patch 1.08, and there are things I don't. I like all the nonsense, like these little people walking around, the horse, the birds. It's nice. It's a nice touch. Also, getting tower guards very quickly to creep this war glare. That's what JeLLyBean's going for there. Just throwing down his elven wood over here to see what his opponent is doing. Of course, that does give you a bit of sight before despawning, or whatever you want to call it. The site despawns. And of course that will buff around the fortress, but then he overrid it with his tainted land to get rid of that buff around his fort. Let's go back to observing all players there. So of course we have Elvenwood, and tainted land is the power is chosen here. 3 battalions of orc warriors moving in through the middle of the fords. We have some Gondor soldiers and some tower guards here. Undoubtedly going to... No, they're just going to push by. Going to ignore them completely. This tower guards are level 2. So that's nice. We do have some orc archers out for ShadoW. Just continuing to get the orcs. I don't think these Gondor soldiers are going to manage to get this structure here. Structures are weaker in patch 1.08 than the Rise of the Witch King, patch 2.02. So you will notice they drop a bit quicker. So that is a difference. There's a lot of differences between a lot of different patches. This is definitely my favorite patch, favorite patch for Battlefield 2. I don't play it per se, but I do like to watch games from it every now and then. I think it is a great patch. And I'm looking forward to see what patch 1.09 brings out. Should be pretty cool. I know the creator Val has been working hard on it for quite a while. Should look pretty good. Gondor Knights out for, what's his name again? JeLLyBean. Should be useful against orc spam. We need to be careful with these, of course. He just managed to save that farm. He doesn't need his builder out of here. That's not to lose him to all these orcs. And of course, he does not want to lose his stables. That would be pretty bad. Although, I'd say things are definitely in Mordor's favor here. Damn, that was a trample and a half. Gondor Knights did a number on those orcs. Look how good they are against orc warriors. It's crazy. We do have a Roger Palace getting Easterlings now, which will help counter those Gondor Knights, of course. We have more creeping in the north. These tower guards looking to kill the cave troll. Once they, of course, take the troll layer down, they can get the inn if they want to. I don't know if there's any rules or anything, per se, in Clan Wars against taking inns in patch 1.08. There's not in Rise of the Witch King, at least. You never know. Different patches have different rules, or some don't have rules. It's hard to say. Since I don't play it, I can't really tell you for sure. But I'd imagine not. More Gondor Knights out in the field. Nice trample there. This is very close to death. Of course, he's rebuilding his farm there. Sending more soldiers in. He's trying desperately to get something. I think perhaps he's trying to get it this time. Following up with some Gondor Knights. Getting a nice run through the orcs once again. Gondor soldiers trying their hardest to get rid of this freaking slaughterhouse. And of course, once they do, Shadow's troops will probably take him out. Oh, Shadow has a Nazgul now. That's going to help counter these Gondor Knights as well. Nazgul should be great for that. He does manage to get the slaughterhouse at least. Barricade expansion being thrown up there. Yeah, I'm assuming he's not taking this because they don't use them in Clan Wars, maybe. I don't know. Because I don't see any reason why the Men of the West would not take it in. Unless their in-unit sucks. I don't actually know what the in-units are for patch 1.08, I will admit. So, there's that to keep in mind. Another attack from Shadow, though. Shadow of Mordor, you could call it. Yep. Well, it kind of sets itself up, doesn't it? His name's Shadow, he's Mordor. It works. We'll actually take this slaughterhouse from JeLLyBean, though. I don't think these Gondor Knights will get there in time. It doesn't look like they're actually aiming for them anyway. They're now they are. Oh, he actually just saves it. There's one Orc Warrior still alive, though. He doesn't take that out. He will manage to take this farm down. Slowly but surely. Oh, there's two, actually. And the Mordor attack is strong. It seems he's found the barracks of JeLLyBean. That is bad news. This is definitely going very one-sided in the favor of Mordor. Summon Hobbits being thrown out in the base of Mordor, though. Managing to take down the harassment palace. Nice. Ooh, that was cool. That's the... Ah, shit, he died. There's a firecracker ability or whatever from, this. Hero can throw a small firecracker. I don't know what it does. What does it do? It was cool, though. The effect was nice. He still has the Vial of Galadriel. Surprised he would use the firecracker, but not the Vial of Galadriel. Maybe he just wanted to not stop the attack, but I think they would have lived a lot longer had he used the Vial. Oh, there we go. I had the bug where I couldn't select the building, but now I can. JeLLyBean going to lose his farm once again to the hordes of orcs and the men of the east. Let's get in real close. Guys, you can really zoom in here. The volume does go up when I zoom in, so I have to talk a little louder. That's why it's nice to cast when you're farther out, zoomed out. Not to mention it's just easier to see things, but it's also easier to talk over. And yeah, Men of the West having a lot of trouble here, for sure. Let's take a look at the money from, or everything else from Mordor here. He has industry, which gives 300% resource output, and he has 6 power points and 10 land, and 800 power or command point limit. The Men of the West only have a 450 command point limit. And he does hobbits, elven wood, and 4 power points. So power point wise, they're close. Command point limit wise and farm wise, they're not close. I'd say Mordor's definitely taking the cake there. Ah, okay. So they can use in-units. As you see what's choosing not to. And their in-unit is elven warriors. Interesting. Maybe he had to resort to using these because he's lost his barracks. I've always liked the model of these units. I think they're really good. I would love it if those were the replacement of Lorien archers. Or warriors, even. I think they look great. They're not used in patch 2.02 of Rise of the Witch King, as far as I know. Maybe they should be. But I'm not saying we should replace Lorien's troop model with those, because that would throw some people off. I just like it. I think it's a cool unit. We do have a Faramir out in the field now, with some Gondor archers now. That should help against the Orc spam, and of course against the Fellbeast if it chooses to show itself. Orcs drop like flies to the Gondor archers here. You see here, it's a great choice of the units. Counter Orc spam. Let's try and desperately get rid of this War Glare. A bit of an issue. So Nazgul showing up though, going to get a nice run through. Oh, he slowed down There you go. And Nazgul getting a huge run through on these Gondor archers there, and the Felby's coming in to clean up. Faramir is going to be in a bit of trouble here. He's taking a lot of damage. He's going to have to run, but I don't think he can get away. Not only is there flying units, but there is Nazgul as well. Nazgul level 5 now, almost having Mortal Blade. This is a very one-sided game, I will admit, but still entertaining enough to watch. And if by the title of the title of it was really what caught my attention in replay. So I'm hoping that happens, so we can actually see it in action. I will not spoil it. It is something I'd like to see from patch 1.08. And I'd imagine he will be able to do it because he has a... Mordor has a lot of time. He's being very aggressive against the Men of the West player, keeping map control. Making it very difficult for Men of the West to do anything, really. He's continuing to get the Orc spam out. Of course, at 30 command points a pop, they're not going to take too much. Orc archers take 60. JeLLyBean takes 60. Harassment archers take 60. So most basic units take 60, aside from Orc warriors. JeLLyBean is putting up a valiant defense, though. Oh, it seems Faramir actually did get away. I don't think he needs to be in aggressive stance, though. Not to fight orcs. I'm sure he'll one-shot orc warriors regardless. But of course he will take extra damage if he gets hit. Which is not ideal. But it doesn't seem to really matter. Nazgul coming in, gonna possibly get another run-through on these Gondor archers again. Well, that's a different Nazgul. That's a new one. So he levels up quite quickly, getting his Dread Visage, which also helps a lot. I do miss having the mounted Nazgul on foot. But of course, you can still get those from Rise of the Witch King. You just have to get the Siege Works. And get that little mini hero battalion of the rest of the Nazgul. Which is fine and dandy. Of course, they're easier to trample with because there's multiples. These ones are nice though. Just to have another hero. And they do great trample damage. Look at that. They're just sending guys flying. Thing is, they don't slow down very much, do they? Like, they're able to run without much momentum, which is a bit I noticed the Gondor Knights do that too. Maybe that's just a Battlefield 2 thing. Or patch 1.08 thing. It's specific. They don't need too much momentum to actually get a nice trample off, maybe. That might be a thing. Not sure. We have a couple of taverns being thrown down. Corsairs are 400 and they are also 60 command points. Sounds like a Nazgul died. I heard the screech. You can get barbed arrows, heavy armor, forged blades, and fire arrows, of course. I'm just waiting here because I want to see if multiple taverns actually decrease the cost of Corsairs. They do. So that is a feature that is kept in patch 1.08. I remember that being a feature of patch 1.00 and 1.06. So we go for like in patch 1.06, you go for Corsair spam, which is pretty I hate it, but you go for multiple taverns and you get cheaper Corsairs. Nice little wounding arrow there, picking off the Nazgul. Faramir is definitely helpful here. Not only is he quickly picking off a lot of orcs, but he is nice for picking up Nazgul as well. Seems like JeLLyBean's actually kind of pushing back a little bit. Starting to recuperate a little bit because of the Elven Warriors, which have been taken over. Rajam Lancers are what you get for the in-units as Mordor. I believe those are the spear-throwing ones, not the cavalry, of course. Cavalry is only Rise of the Witch King specific. Rajam Lancers otherwise are spear-throwing units, kind of like Battlefield 1. The Rajam Javelin Throwers, more or less. I do remember that. I never liked those units much, quite frank, but it is still a cool unit to have when you don't have that. Another tavern being thrown down. He's definitely liking his taverns. His guys like to get drunk. Fair enough. Mordor pushing down from the south here as well. Some Gondor soldiers from JeLLyBean pushing in on this way as well. Pass right by each other. Toby's still alive here. Level 3 now. Malthasaron looking to take a farm. There he does. He gets Evil Eye at level 3. Of course, he gets Doubt at level 4 and Descent at level 10. That's the power set and how it's set up for them in patch 1.08. Lots of guys there. He has 3 heroes, which is pretty handy. Of course, they're all on foot, or all on mounts as well. We probably want to get some tower guards for JeLLyBean, I'd imagine. Otherwise, he's going to keep getting trampled repeatedly. Oh, that's unfortunate. Arrow volley wasted there. That might not have been the power, though. Nope, that was just a long shot, actually. Ah, that's right. He summoned Dune 9 Rangers, and Dune 9 Rangers in this patch come with the arrow volley power. With darkness being cast down, 50% damage, 33% armor, and 50% times experience gain for all Mordor's units. He also has Unnamed Allegiance.
Get out of the way!
Heal friendly allies. Interesting. So they actually have implemented a change for Untamed Allegiance in patch 1.08. That's cool. Industry. That's been a discussion on the 2.02 forums for a bit. We have a Witch King out as well. Nothing too much over here. He's got lots of guys coming in. This could be the final push for Mordor. Yeah, he has a 1,000 command point limit as to where he's at 500. He's got 300 of 500. He's got 750 of 1,000. So Mordor's definitely doing well. Corsairs with the Forged Blades upgrades as well. Although somehow the Men of the West managed to hold out. So that's pretty sweet. Mordor is sitting on a lot of coins. He's spent a fair chunk of it though. These Gondor archers definitely doing work. We have Lady Eowyn on the field now. On her mount. Pretty useful for countering everything that is not pointy sticked. Of course, he's being Corsair raided all over the place. You see, Corsairs with Forged Blades are great for taking down farms, especially with the darkness. Darkness makes a huge difference. What was it, 50% damage? Yeah, that's pretty big. Corsairs with Forged Blades do pretty good damage anyway. So that is definitely something. Seems Mordor is stopped troop production entirely, as far as I can tell. Maybe he's saving up for something or getting a hero. Yeah, he's bought something. Probably hero, since I don't see anything else. What's going on over here? We have a tavern being thrown down in the north here. Farms absolutely everywhere. Slaughterhouses, rather. There's another fell beast on the field. Pretty soon he's going to have all his flying units, which would be bad for the Men of the West, of course. And there's the tree sprouting that we all love so much. I still find it strange, but hey. It is a feature of 1.08, and it always will be, I guess. I don't mind it per se, although it does look a little silly when it clips through the building. If that is elven wood, it goes a bit extreme, I think. But hey, if you get Devastation and use it on that shit, yeah, if you're Isengard, that would get you quite a bit of money. Just saying. It is actually a bad feature if you think of it that way. I'm not sure if you can hide in trees though. Like I had a little discussion with someone in the comment section of the previous video. In theory, elves could hide in their trees around their fort, and then that would negate the Elven Mist upgrade for their fortress because they're already hidden. Because elves are hidden in forests. It's a good point. I'm not too sure. We have a forward siege works guarded by some towers here in the Witch King, of course. He's upgrading to a level 3 siege works to get the Grond, I'm assuming. That is in the title of the replay, so that was what I was looking forward to seeing. I have not actually seen a Grond used in a game. So I am actually looking forward to seeing a Grond out in the field.
They'll crush us.
And I wanted to share the Grond with you guys. It is very expensive though. is 7,500 resources to build a Grond, which is a giant wolf-headed battering ram that used in the movie to take down the Gate of Minas Tirith, I believe. So we'll see that in action, hopefully. It'll be pretty cool. Assuming Gondor doesn't actually destroy it. I don't think Tom Bombadil will be enough here. He's taking very little arrow damage though. But I think he'll spawn way before he destroys that, and he knows it. So we have a Corsair raiding party ready to attack the southern flank of the Men of the West. I wonder if the Men of the West actually knows what's happening. Does he know the Grond is incoming? Oh, it's building pretty quickly too. This should be interesting. Of course, the Witch King doing a massive amount of AoE damage. Always a great hero to have is Mordor. And having the Mouth of Sauron is pretty good. I haven't seen how good his Evil Eye is yet. He's used it quite a few times, but I haven't been paying attention. I've always been curious. There it is. Oh god, it's huge. Wrong. That's so cool. Epic. I wonder if that'll flag copyright. If it's too long of a movie sound, it can't actually flag copyright. That's a curious idea. Probably not. No, too long. There it is, a gigantic wolf head. Moved around by some trolls. It takes 6 trolls to move this beast. And it's very hard to stop. So very hard to maneuver, as you say there. Pathfinding does not seem to be doing the best. This could be the end of Gondor as we know it, or Men of the West rather. Just be able to walk through here. Doesn't look like it does trample damage or anything, so Eowyn will be just fine. As you see, it's taking almost no damage. Eowyn focusing it down and doing almost nothing. How much does it do? Holy shit. 2 hits, and Grond will take down your fort. That is crazy. So yeah, very, very one-sided game. But I wanted to see a Grond. So, not many replays feature Gronds as far as I can tell. It's a very, very expensive late game unit that you don't normally see. Especially in a Clan War game. So there you go. Well played to Shadow. And his opponent JeLLyBean put up a good fight, but lost in the end, of course, to the mighty Grond. So yeah, that's been a cast of 1.08. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll see you next time.